Again, everyone, myself Pooja Sharma. I'm assistant professor in computer science and engineering department. In today's lecture, we will discuss about the SLR parser. So, parser basically it translate a language. It translate a language from one format to another. It means it takes a input as a token from lexical analysis and parse into a parsing table. It converts into a parsing table, and this output will goes to the next phase of a compiler. So parsing there are two types of parsing: top-down parsing and bottom-up parsing. In top-down parsing, there are two different parsers: LL parsers and recursive decision parsers. And in bottom-up parsing, there are two different parsers: LR parsers and operator precedence parser. In LR parser, there are four different parsers: LR0, SLR, and CLR and LALR. So we will discuss today in today's lecture SLR parser. SLR represent basically a simple LR parser. LR parsing can be done if context-free grammar will be given. In LR0, 0 means there is no lookahead symbol. Okay, working of SLR parser. First, context-free grammar is given. Then, firstly, we construct a canonical collection of LR0 item. LR0 means there is no lookahead symbol, and L represent is left to right scanning, and R represent leftmost derivation. So, in canonical collection of LR0 item, there are three different things. First, we construct augmented grammar. Second, find closures. Next is find goto. Now, after that, we have find first and follow up for grammar symbol. Next is after that we construct a SLR parsing table. Then parsing of input string. Now, after that, string will accepted or string will not accepted. So this is the working of SLR parser. Now, the canonical collection of LR0 item. LR0 items for grammar G consist of a production in which symbol dot is inserted at some position in right side of a production. Suppose there is a production, S implies A, B, C. This production generate four different LR0 item. First is S implies dot A, A, B, C. S implies A dot B, C. S implies A, B dot C. S implies A, B, C dot. These four items will be generated from this production S implies A, B and C. So dot is shifted from one position to another. Canonical LR0 collection has to construct a LR parser called simple LR parsers. Now, to create a LR0 collection of grammar, we have required three things. First is augmented grammar. Second is closure function. Next is goto function. If augmented grammar, suppose if a grammar G has start symbol is S, then augmented grammar is a new grammar, that is G dash, with new start symbol S dash. Also, it will construct a production S dash implies S. So the grammar, this production is the first production of our given grammar. Okay. Now next is closure. Closure means for a context-free grammar G, if I is the set of items or states, of a grammar G, then every item in I is in the closure of I. if suppose there is a one rule, if A implies alpha dot B beta is in the closure of I. Okay, and there is another rule for B. There is another rule for B. B implies gamma. Okay, so dot will be in this given production. In this production, dot will come before B. Okay, so B production of B will be included in closure of I. So B implies alpha, then closure of I will consist of A implies alpha dot B beta and B implies dot gamma. So the closure of I contains two production rules. First one is this and second one is this. Now next is go to I comma X. If there is a production, A implies alpha dot X beta in I, then go to I comma X is defined as closure of the set of items of A implies alpha X dot beta, where I is a set of items and X is a grammar symbols. Now next, सर बीच में से कट कर देना, मेरा फोन गिर गया पैर पे, ठीक है. Okay, next is construction of LR parsing table. So there are basically two parts of SLR parsing table. First is action and second is go to one. So action and go to table can be filled using the following algorithm. Input and augmented grammar G dash that includes S dash implies S production, and output is LR parsing table. So method will be initially construct a set of items C equals to I naught, I1, I2 up to IN, where C is a set of LR0 items for a grammar. Okay, next, parsing actions are based on each item or state I1. So various actions are required. If A implies alpha dot A beta is in I and go to I comma A is equals to IJ. It means go to suppose I1 comma A is equals to I2. Then set action in a parsing table. This is a parsing table, action and go to. Two fields are there. Okay, so in action, I means 1 comma A is equals to SJ, J means 2. Okay, so we put an entry in 1 comma A is S2. Next is if A implies alpha dot is in I, suppose I1. Okay, then set action 1 comma A is equals to reduce A implies alpha. Okay, if A implies alpha dot is in A implies alpha dot is in I, then set action I comma A to reduce A implies alpha for all symbols A where A is a follow of A, capital A. Next rule is if S dash implies S dot is in I, then the entry in action table action I comma dollar is equals to accept. Okay. Next, the go to part of a SLR table can be filled as The go-to transition for the state I is considered for non-terminals only. If go to I comma A, suppose go to I comma A is equals to ij, go to I comma I1 comma A is equals to I2, then we set an entry go to from 1 to A is equals to 2. Okay. All entries not defined by rule 2 and 3 are considered to be an error. Now, let's take an example. Construct LR parsing table for the given construct-free grammar. These are the production rules. E implies E plus T, E implies T, E implies T star F, T implies F, F implies open bracket, E and closing bracket, and last is F implies ID. So, first of all, we find the augmented grammar. Augmented grammar means we introduce a new production rule. E dash implies E. Next is we put a number to, we give a number to all productions 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. These are the numbers, these are the number of a production rule. Now, second step is find LR0 collection of items. LR0 state, LR0 first is I0 state, add augmented production to the I naught state and compute the closure I naught. Okay. So closure E dash implies I dot. Add all production starting with E into I naught state because I naught is followed by the non-terminal. Sorry, because dot is followed by the non-terminal. So the I naught state becomes E implies E. So I naught is E implies E implies E plus T. E implies E. E implies E. E implies E plus T, E implies T, and T implies T star F, and T implies F, and so on. Now, we have to find the canonical items, LR0 item. This is the I naught closure of I naught closure, and dot will be E dash implies dot E implies dot E plus T, then again T. And in this production, dot will be dot, and dot is come from before T. So T, and so we also include the production of T, and T implies dot T star F, T implies F. In this production, dot will come from before F, so we also include the F production. F implies this and this. So this is the I naught closure. Now, the next step is LR0 canonical items. First of all, we find the go to I naught go to I naught to E is equals to I1. Okay, dot will preceding come from in go to I naught comma E is equals to I1, and I1 contains E dash implies E dot, and E dash and E dash implies E dot plus T. So I naught contains two production, and next is dot will be placed in before T. So go to we construct a next go to I from I naught to T. I naught to T is equals to I2. Okay, E implies T dot T implies T dot star F. ठीक है. Okay. Next projection T implies dot F. So we construct a go to I naught to I naught comma F, that is I3 and I3 contain only one projection. Next is F implies dot open bracket E and closing bracket. So I4 will contain these projections, and after that go to I naught ID is equals to I5. Then I5 contains only one projection. F implies ID dot, and I6 contain these projection, and I7 T implies T star dot F implies dot closing bracket E and closing bracket F implies dot ID, and I8 contain two projection, and again in go to I4 comma T is equals to I2, because we construct a go to I4 comma T, we again go to I2. ठीक है. And then I4 comma F is equals to I3, I4 comma open bracket I4 and I4 comma ID is equals to I5. So total closures will be I17. Sorry, 11. We get our total closures are 11 only. ठीक है. So last step is construct the parsing table. So parsing table to fill the reduction action in the action section, and these are the follow of E, T and F. Follow of E dollar closing bracket and plus follow of T dollar plus closing bracket star and follow of F star T closing bracket and S. Okay. I0, I1, I2 up to I11. Total 11 states. We have data 11 states, and these are the 11 states, and these are the all terminal symbols. Okay, terminals. And this part is the action table, and this is the go-to table. Okay, go-to contains a non-terminal, and action will contain all terminals. Okay, now first one is in first go to I0 comma E. E is a non-terminal. ठीक है, I comma E. We read E and we go from I1, I0 to I1. So we put an entry I0 to E1. ठीक. Okay. Next is go to I0 comma T. Then we have to go to I2. So we done an entry I0 to T is 2. Then go to I0 to F is I3. Then 3. Okay. So all go to entry will done in this form. Okay. So I4 contain 8, 2, 3 and I6 contain 9, 3 and I7 last is 10. Now the shift entry. We done a shift entry. So all those production, okay, this one, I0 comma closing opening bracket. It means it is a terminal, and we go to the I4. So I0 to open bracket, we put S4. I0 to open bracket, put S4. ठीक है. Okay. Next is I4 then go to I0 to ID, then I5. So we done entry S5. I0 to ID S5. Okay. Now next is go to, and next is I1 to plus, then I6. S6 and I2 to star, S7, I4. This is in go to table. This entry is built in go to table, and I4 to open bracket, then S4, again S5. ठीक है, S6, I4 to ID, S5, and I4 to open bracket, S4 again, then I6 to ID, I6 to ID, S5, I7 to ID, S5. Then all the shift entries done in this form. Okay. Now last one is reduce entry. So for we find those production, हम वो प्रोडक्शन फाइंड करेंगे जिसमें डॉट जो है सबसे लास्ट में आ रखा है. ओके, सो इन गो टू, इन आई नॉट देयर इज अ प्रोडक्शन, नो देयर इज no such kind of production is available. In I1, I2, yes, I2 E implies T dot, I implies T dot, dot will okay, E implies T dot, and E implies T dot. This is the second number of production. So we done an R2 entry in follow of T. ठीक है. Okay. I2. Okay. Follow of T. In I2, we done a R2 entry in follow of T. And T का follow dollar plus closing bracket and star. I2, R2 and R2. Okay. Now next is okay, in next production, okay, in I3 we get a production T implies F dot, and T implies F dot, T implies F dot. This is the fourth number of production. So we done on R4 entry in follow of F. Okay, R4 entry in follow of F. Star, R4, and R4. Star plus star closing bracket and dollar are the follow of F. ठीक है. So next production is in I5. F implies ID dot. This is an 6 number production. So we done R6 entry in F row. Okay, and follow of F, in follow of F. F का follow क्या है हमारे पास? Star, T plus closing bracket and dollar. ठीक है, in I5. R6 and R6. Okay, in next production there is a no such kind of production present in I6, I7, I8 नहीं है, I8 में भी, then I6, okay, I9, yes, I9 E implies E plus T, and this is the first number of production. तो R1 की एंट्री हमको करनी है कहाँ पे? E के फॉलो में. ठीक है, एंड E का फॉलो है हमारे पास डॉलर क्लोजिंग ब्रैकेट एंड प्लस. ठीक है, कहाँ करनी थी? I9 में. ओके, I9 में R1 एंड R1 एंड R1. Okay, next production is T implies F star, and T implies F star is a T implies F star R4. So we done R4 entry in okay ठीक है. Now so a reduce entry, so that kind of so reduce entry will be done in this form. At last, this is the parsing, parse the string id star id plus id using stack implementation. So first of all, is in stack 0 will be there, 0 state. ठीक है, in input string will be there, and after and at last dollar will be we put a dollar symbol. And first of all at 0 id पे हमको चेक करना है, 0 पे id का क्या है, हम टेबल में देखते हैं 0 से R5. तो वी शिफ्ट R5 sorry S5. So we shift an id and id to stack, id symbol to stack from input buffer. So 0 id and S5, so 5 also shifted to stack. Now we check 5 to star. तो फिफ्थ रो में स्टार पे चेक करें, फिफ्थ रो में स्टार पे है हमारे पास R6. तो रिड्यूस विल बी डन, रिड्यूस, तो रिड्यूस R5 फिफ्थ नंबर के प्रोडक्शन रिड्यूस करना है, देन रिड्यूस बाय F implies ID. ठीक है. सो आफ्टर दैट वी गेट 0E1 डॉलर एंड एक्सेप्ट. 1 पे डॉलर इज एक्सेप्ट. ठीक है. So this is all about the SLR parser. So thank you so much.